Hey, everyone. Welcome to ENN.
On T-Way.
It's brought to you by Security Dodge. Go see Michelle Scalise.
Come get some.
Yeah.
I'd like to start off ENN by saying good evening to people. Like
Hank
Claude,
Azaria.
like Claude in Queens.
Let's go to Claude in Queens. Claude.
I'm rooting for Pete Alonso to hit a game-winning 3-run homer tonight. But on his way to first base, he's going to let off some weird yelp or scream or do something extremely awkward that is going to put a shadow over his achievement.
Okay.
But it would be great for him. It would be great for him to do that.
How close did he
It's
get?
unbelievable.
Now the kiss he's done before, but everything else.
But what
is
about
pretty
the
accurate.
what about the pumpkin?
No, the pumpkin, that's awkward.
Let's
You're so
let's
mean.
hear the moment. Let's hear this amazing moment from 8:80 a.m. That's right here. Here's Howie Rose.
3-1 to Alonso. Williams sets. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Pretty well hit. Freeland back at the wall. He jumps. It's gone. He did it. He did it. Pete Alonso with the most memorable home run of his career. Pumps his fist as he rounds second. It's a 3-run homer. He's given the Mets a 3-2 lead. They all pour out of the dugout. Alonso on his way to home plate. They're waiting for him. He hits the plate. He is first congratulated by Nimmo. Hugged by Lindor. There are a dozen Mets waiting for him outside the dugout. Pete Alonso keeps this fairy tale season going with the fairy tale swing of his career. 3-2 New York.
Great call.
That was awesome.
He's a national treasure.
Jeff
Truly a treasure.
Passan said, I believe that's the best radio call he's ever heard.
It's a wonderful call, and let's hear the final call of the game.
Peterson ready to go to work against him. First pitch, swinging a liner toward short. Picked by Lindor on one hop, runs to second, one throws to first. Out at first, out at first. Put it in the box. The Mets are out at the mound, pouncing on each other. The Brewers may want to have a look at this just to be sure, but if this holds, this party is headed to Philadelphia. The New York Mets have won this wild card series.
Wow. Meanwhile, Pete Alonso, after the game, he is happy to have pulled through.
No, I was just looking out over the middle of the plate, just looking to hit something hard forward. I mean, man, this is something that you practice in the backyard as a kid. I'm just happy to come through for the boys. I mean, we've worked really hard all year. I mean, I had some great at-bats in front of me. I'm really happy I got to come through for the team right there. Man, this is such a special effort all series. Man, we've worked so hard all year to get to this point. I'm just so happy I was able to contribute.
Yeah, so happy for him.
Can you believe it, guys? What a friggin' moment.
Can you imagine the pressure that he was under? Again, he's playing for his team's season and probably for his future with the team. I mean, that's a lot to have on your shoulders, dude.
Now, maybe I'm just a romantic or maybe I'm just naive. But I think that pressure that he was under was solely to just come through for this team. I don't think he was thinking about how much money he's going to make if he hits a home run here. I'm sure that might be on his mind now or on the flight to Philadelphia.
That's on his
probably home. No, but I just think it's not. I think most ball players, listen, the money's the money. We get it, all right? It's generational wealth no matter what he ends up signing for at the end of this season. But when you work your tail off to be a professional athlete in any sport, in that moment, it's got to be about the moment, right? There might be a few athletes that are just so jaded, all they're thinking about is themselves and their money. But in that moment, stepping to the plate, I think whatever pressure he felt was not the contract, other than this could be my last Met at bat, and boy, do I want to come through for my teammates, and I want to come through for myself because I want to have that moment. Why wouldn't you? That's what you do in the backyard. What he did last night was everybody that ever played wiffle ball or stickball imagining coming up to the plate in a winning moment like that. The only difference is you would have done it at home, so it could have been a walk-off. But otherwise, you live in the dream.
The thing that Aaron Rodgers dreams of, guys, is a potential reunion with Devontae Adams.
I don't know how much I can say about it. There's tampering, but I still have a close friendship with him. We spend time in the offseason together. He's a great guy and a great player, and the rest of that's out of my hands.
Well, he will not have him tomorrow.
Oh.
That is for sure.
Oh.
Yeah. And that brings us to this week's NFL announcer lineup. Guys, let's get on the first thing smoking to foggy London town, yeah? Where Aaron Rodgers, no Devontae Adams, and the Nye Jets will take on the hottest team in football, the Minnesota Vikings. NFL Network, 9:30 a.m. It's beautiful, guys. If you're a Mets fan and you're a Jets fan, game's at 9:30, no conflict. And if you're a Mets fan and a Giants fan, the Giants suck. Who cares? Rich Eisen's on the call.
These guys, if they fall down hard and long.
And Kurt Warner.
You FaceTime me in the middle of my massage.
Stacey Dales and Jamie Erdahl on the sideline. The Vikings are 8-1 outright and 6-3 against the spread in October under Kevin O'Connell, who's looking like a genius these days. The Jets 4-12 against the spread in non-conference games under Robert Saleh, but are 9-4 outright and against the spread in October under him. So essentially what that means is they are only good in October under Robert Saleh.
Ooh, interesting stat.
Guys, let's go to Chicago. You throw out the record books when you get the Panthers and the Bears. 1 o'clock on Fox, Don's best friend, Kenny Albert. You okay, Dave? He'll be joined by Jonathan Vilma and Megan O'Leary.
At this point in your career, to have a performance like this, I can't even take you serious. I love it.
AFC North clash happening in Cincinnati. This is a big game. The 1-3 Bengals against the 2-2 Ravens, if you will. It's at 1 o'clock on CBS and Paramount Plus. And you know, a game of that magnitude, Joe Cool versus Lamar Jackson, you need Kevin Harlan.
Tyrell Williams. He beats Cox.
We're such children.
Oh, how are we still on the air?
How do you not love this segment?
He'll be joined by Trent Green and Melanie Collins. Let's go to H-Town, shall we? The Houston Texans hosting the Buffalo Bills. 1 o'clock on CBS. Our friend Ian Eagle on the call.
Kelsey finds a blank space.
Charles Davis and Evan Washburn.
The lobby is bustling. There is an energy here.
If you're interested in listening on radio, our friend Steve Levy's on the phone.
Love him.
With Harry Douglas. The Texans, they're 0-4 against the spread this season, one of two winless teams against the spread with the Dolphins. Josh Allen is 18-11-1 against the spread as a dog in the regular season. Don, you smell this? What day does it smell like?
Oh, it smells like Thursday.
That's right. Let's go to Jacksonville. The Colts and the Jags. 1 o'clock on CBS. Does it matter? No one's watching. Spiro Didi's on the call.
My heart is always at the Jersey Shore.
He'll be joined by Adam Archuleta.
Oh, no.
And Aditi Kinkwabala. We go to New England, a game that will be repugnant. The New England Patriots hosting the Miami Dolphins, 1 o'clock on Fox. The lucky man on the job is Chris Myers.
Hi, I'm Chris Myers.
He'll be joined by Mark Sanchez. And one half of the Pink and Stink connection, Christina Pink on the sideline. We go to Washington, D.C. I don't quite get it, but the Commanders 3-point favorites against Deshaun Watson and the Browns. It's a Fox vehicle. Jason Benetti on the call.
Jason Benetti is a great broadcaster.
All right. He'll be joined by Greg Olson.
James Harrison one time in the middle of the game hit me so hard under the throat that I threw up in the middle of the play in my mouth, and I had to swallow it.
Pam Oliver on the sideline.
Hey, now.
Let's go to Denver at 4 o'clock. An AFC West clash between the Raiders and the Broncos at 4:05. Kevin Kugler on the call. He'll be joined by Daryl Moose Johnston. And Laura Oakman. We stay at 4:05, but we go to San Francisco. An NFC West clash. The Niners versus the Cardinals. Kevin Burkhardt on the call.
Boston College.
He'll be joined by Tom Brady.
If I wanted to have fun, I was going to go to Disneyland with my kids.
Aaron Andrews.
All right, old man, I can joke with you about that.
And Tom Rinaldi.
That he was actually ready to come out and play. That he's, pardon me, he's...
Let's go
Why that? It's a buddy of mine. What are you doing?
Yeah. They're not going to blame Michael.
You play a phlegm cut? I mean, why?
Let's go to 425, guys. And let's go to Los Angeles, California. The Packers and the Rams. Jim Nance on the call. Tony Romo.
Here we go, Jim.
And Tracy Wolfson. Which brings us to the game everybody's talking about. No Malik Neighbors, no problem.
It's almost our open.
The G-men are heading to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. That's right, without rookie sensation, who I believe has been targeted on a 97% of all Giants plays, Malik Neighbors. Andrew Catalan has the duty.
Going up high and bringing it down for 6.
He'll be joined by Tiki Barber.
My go-to karaoke song is Sunday Morning by Maroon 5.
Jason McCourty and A.J. Ross on the sideline. The Seahawks are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games as favorites. Daniel Jones is 13-4 against the spread as a road dog of 7 or less. Is it still under 7 now, Anthony? It was at 6.5 yesterday, but I could see that changing based on the information we've been getting. Let's go to Sunday Night Football. Let's go to Pittsburgh. 2 old Titans getting together, the Cowboys and the Steelers. NBC at 8:20, Mike Tirico on the call.
They still seem to resonate.
There are 3 teams.
He'll be joined by Chris Collinsworth.
Amongst huge people, he was huger.
Wow.
And Melissa Stark on the sideline. The Cowboys are 1-7 against the spread in their last 8 games as dogs. The Steelers are 7-1 outright and against the spread in their last 8 primetime games. That's a good Mike Tomlin stat. The week closes on Monday Night Football. Of course, we go to Kansas City. The Saints and the Chiefs, a sneaky potential Super Bowl option. Joe Buck on the call.
See ya.
When did he do that?
Aikman.
He is so hot inside.
And Lisa Salters. Guys, we have a Manning cast. Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Bill Belichick, who has to be on every single week, and guest 2BA. Mahomes, 6-10 against the spread in primetime games at home. The Saints are 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 games as road dogs.
Wait, you left out one guy in the Manning cast.
Sorry?
You left out one guy in the Manning cast this week.
Who's that?
Archie's going to be on for the first time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Manning, Belichick, and Manning?
Yeah, Manning.
That'll do it for ENN as well. Brought to you by Security Dodge. Shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com during their Jeep Adventure Days.
We're so late because Peter can't shut up, so let's break right here on Yes.
That is not why we're late.
ESPN.
Keep going.